All right, hello and welcome. Brett here with Clickmill.co. In this video, as we continue to get into Google Tag Manager, we're going to talk about a trigger. So a trigger in Google Tag Manager is the activating event, just like you would think about the trigger on a gun, and you pull it, and then something happens. It initiates the action. And so when the trigger is tripped on a Google tag, and remember, the tag is the piece of code that registers the behavior on your website that you want to track. When the trigger is triggered, then it is going to fire off that tag into whatever data tracking software you use. So maybe Google Analytics. And so the trigger is going to set off the tag. Now I am going to show this to you on my screen. I have an example of this pulled up. So see, make sure, okay, screen is on here. So this is an example of a tag that might be on a website. And so you can see that the event, this is code, but this is not going to be crazy. We should be able to more or less know what it's saying here. Event. And the event is, it's some kind of an interaction with a checkout button. Okay. And then the Google Tag Manager. So you'll see here, this is the GTM and this is a tag. Okay. So the GTM tag is telling us that the unique event ID is 2. So it's got an ID on this checkout button. And coming down, I'm skipping some things. That's kind of nonsense. The scroll threshold is 90 and the scroll units is percent. So this tag is triggered at 90% in the direction of vertical. So when someone scrolls 90% of the way down the page, this is going to check out. This is going to trigger the checkout button. Now, I'll just say at face value, this makes no sense because you would never trigger a checkout button when they scroll over the button. You would trigger it when they click on it. And in that case, we would have different identifiers for, button, click, something like that. But so you can see here that the trigger is probably going to be identified as the scroll depth on the page in this case, and that will fire off the event checkout button. Neil, do you want to jump in behind me? Anything that you feel could be clarified in that?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, that's correct. Sorry. Yeah.
No. Hey, that's
No information. Yeah. No information to add.
okay. Perfect. And if you're watching this, Neil is very skilled in this. So I have him in here checking me in real time to make sure I'm getting you the best information on Tag Manager. So thanks so much for being in this video. And in the next video, we're going to continue with our last major term, and that is a variable. We'll see you in the next video.